Did you know that over 50% of a whiskey's flavor comes from the barrel it's aged in? That's right. What might seem like a simple wooden container is actually a carefully crafted vessel that profoundly influences the spirit within. But how does wood infuse whiskey with so much complexity? What are the secrets locked inside those oak barrels that transform a raw spirit into the rich, golden liquid whiskey? Let's dive into the world of barrel making and uncover the fascinating process that gives whiskey its soul. The science of whiskey aging. The relationship between whiskey and wood is a living one. As the whiskey sits in the barrel, it's not just waiting idly. It's constantly interacting with the wood in a slow but purposeful way. The whiskey is absorbed into the wood's pores, and as temperatures fluctuate, the liquid moves in and out of the staves. Imagine this as the wood breathing the whiskey in and out over the years, allowing it to extract complex flavors that weren't there when the spirit first entered the barrel. But what's really happening during this process? Inside the wood, there are naturally occurring compounds that slowly dissolve into the whiskey. Vanillin is responsible for the sweet vanilla notes, while tannins add structure and a slight bitterness that balances the sweetness. Lactones provide the coconut and woody aromas that are essential to a great whiskey, and linin breaks down into smoky, spicy elements during the charring process. Have you ever wondered how distillers achieve that perfect balance of flavor? It all comes down to the chemistry between the whiskey and the wood, and modern innovations are pushing this even further. Today, cooperatives are experimenting with hybrid barrels, using different woods to create new flavor combinations, or varying the level of charring inside the barrel to highlight specific notes. This delicate process is part art, part science, but always full of surprises. Raw material selection. When it comes to crafting whiskey barrels, not just any wood will do. The choice of oak is intentional and critical. American white oak and European oak are the most commonly used varieties, each bringing their own unique properties to the table. American oak, known for its pronounced vanilla and caramel flavors, is often preferred for bourbon, while European oak lends more subtle tannins and spicy notes, ideal for Scotch and other aged spirits. But why oak? Why not any other type of wood? Oak offers the perfect blend of durability, flavor, and flexibility. It's a strong wood capable of holding liquid for decades without leaking, and it has a porous structure that allows whiskey to penetrate deep into its layers. This is essential for aging, as whiskey needs to interact with the wood to pick up those essential flavor compounds. Oak also expands and contracts with temperature changes, which helps drive the whiskey deeper into the staves, increasing the exchange of flavor over time. Harvesting this oak is a delicate process. Mature trees are selected from forests in North America and Europe, and it's not just about cutting down any tree. Foresters choose trees based on their age, health, and size, ensuring a sustainable harvest. Once cut, the logs are transported to cooperatives, where they are quartered and cut into staves, the long, narrow pieces that will eventually form the barrel. Each stave is hand-selected and shaped with precision, but that's just the beginning. Have you ever thought about what might happen if a stave isn't cut just right? The entire barrel's integrity could be compromised, allowing leaks and ruining the whiskey inside. It's this level of craftsmanship that ensures every stave fits together perfectly, creating a barrel that's as beautiful as it is functional. Drying and seasoning. After the staves are cut, they need to be seasoned before they're ready for barrel construction. This isn't a process that happens overnight. Far from it. Staves are typically air-dried in open yards for anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. Why so long? Because it's not just about drying the wood, it's about transforming it. The slow exposure to the elements allows harsh tannins to break down, making the wood softer, more flexible, and better suited for whiskey aging. As the wood sits out in the open air, the moisture inside it slowly evaporates, leaving behind a perfectly balanced piece of oak. But here's the catch. The drying process has to be just right. Too fast and the wood could crack. Too slow and the staves could retain too much moisture, which can lead to problems during barrel construction. Today, cooperatives use modern moisture measuring tools, combining centuries-old techniques with modern technology to perfect the process. Shaping the staves. Once the staves are perfectly seasoned, it's time to shape them. This is where craftsmanship really comes into play. Each stave needs to be planned and shaped with precision to ensure it fits snugly with the others, creating a tight seal without the need for glue or nails. The curvature of the staves is vital. Whiskey barrels have a distinct, slightly bulbous shape, and this is no accident. The shape not only makes the barrels easier to handle, but also ensures even pressure on all the staves when the hoops are fitted. Getting this curve right is a matter of millimeters, and any mistake could lead to leaks later on. The ends of the staves are also cut at a specific angle to create a seamless fit. Picture this: 30 or more wooden staves, all slightly curved, coming together to form a perfectly watertight container. The craftsmanship is in the details. Each stave must be just right to ensure the barrel holds together. But how do they get that perfect fit without glue or nails? It's all in the way the staves are angled and compressed together. This is one of the most fascinating parts of barrel making, how precision, skill, and tradition come together to create something as functional as it is beautiful. Barrel construction. With the staves shaped and ready, the actual assembly of the barrel begins, a process known as raising the barrel. Each stave is carefully arranged in a circular frame, held in place by temporary metal hoops. At this point, the barrel looks more like a loose collection of wood strips than a solid container, but that's about to change. The metal hoops are hammered into place, pulling the staves tightly together. As the hoops are added, the barrel begins to take on its final shape. But here's where things get really interesting. How do the staves bend without breaking? This is where the magic of steam comes into play. By heating the wood with steam, the staves become pliable enough to bend into the curved shape of the barrel without cracking. It's a delicate balance. Too much heat, and the wood could scorch. Too little, and it won't bend properly. Once the barrel takes its final shape, it's time for one of the most crucial steps: charring. The inside of the barrel is exposed to an open flame, scorching the wood and creating a layer of charcoal that will filter the whiskey as it ages. This charred layer also triggers a chemical reaction in the wood, breaking down lignin into flavorful compounds like vanillin. The level of char is carefully controlled, with different char levels imparting different flavors to the whiskey. So why some whiskeys taste smoky while others have a sweet vanilla flavor? A lot of that comes down to how the barrel is charred. This is one of those small details that can make a big difference in the final product. Head and bunghole creation. The top and bottom of the barrel, called the heads, are constructed separately and then fitted into place. These are made from smaller pieces of wood, pieced together like a puzzle to form a solid disc. But there's one more key detail: the bunghole. This small opening is where the whiskey will enter and leave the barrel. Cutting the bunghole requires precision, and in modern cooperatives, lasers are often used to ensure it's placed perfectly. Can you imagine filling a barrel with precious whiskey only to find the bunghole is misaligned or too small? Precision is everything at this stage, ensuring the barrel will perform as it should during aging. Barrel testing. Once assembled, the barrel undergoes rigorous testing to ensure it's watertight and ready for use. Traditionally, barrels are filled with water to check for leaks, but modern cooperatives often use pressurized air to speed up the process. Any leaks are quickly sealed using oak wedges, a simple yet effective solution that's been used for centuries. Have you ever thought about what happens if a barrel leaks during aging? It's a costly mistake that distilleries can't afford, which is why testing is so critical. Even with modern technology, barrel testing is still a hands-on process, ensuring that every barrel is up to standard before it's filled with whiskey. Final finishing and shipping. After passing the test, the barrels are sanded and finished to remove any rough edges. Some distilleries also stamp their logo onto the barrel, either with a heated iron or through laser engraving, marking the barrel as their own. Once finished, the barrels are shipped to distilleries around the world, where they will spend the next several years quietly shaping the future whiskey inside. And there you have it, the journey of a whiskey barrel, from raw oak to a vital part of the aging process. Every step along the way adds to the character of the whiskey, transforming it into the complex, flavorful spirit we enjoy. It's a process that's as much about craftsmanship as it is about nature, with a bit of science and tradition mixed in. Next time you take a sip of whiskey, remember the journey it took, from the forest, through the cooperage, and finally into your glass. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to smash that like button and share it with fellow whiskey lovers. Drop a comment if you have any questions, and make sure to subscribe for more exciting insights. Thanks for watching. Cheers.